If you are somewhere between 45 and 60, and you have this vague sense that your finances need attention, but you are not exactly sure where to start, this video is for you. Maybe you have a 401k from a job you left 3 years ago that you have not touched. Maybe you have some savings, but no clear picture of whether it is actually enough. Maybe you have been meaning to update your will since your second kid was born and just never got around to it. That feeling, that low-grade financial unease, is more common than you think, and it does not mean you are in trouble. It means you are overdue for an audit. Not a scary audit, not an IRS audit, a middle-age financial audit. A deliberate, structured walkthrough of where you actually stand, so you can stop guessing and start knowing. We are going to do it in 5 steps, and by the end of this video, you are going to have a complete checklist you can actually use. Let's go.
Step 1. Net worth snapshot. Before anything else, you need to know your real number. Not your salary, not your account balance, your net worth. Assets minus liabilities. Everything you own minus everything you owe. Most people avoid this step because they are afraid of what they will find. But here is what actually matters. Clarity is always better than avoidance. Anxiety lives in the unknown. The moment you write the number down, even if it is lower than you hoped, you have replaced fear with information. And information is something you can work with. Here is how to do it in under 20 minutes. Grab a piece of paper or open a spreadsheet. On one side, list every asset. Checking, savings, retirement accounts, home equity, investment accounts, anything of value. On the other side, list every liability. Mortgage balance, car loans, credit card debt, student loans, anything you owe. Subtract liabilities from assets. That number, whatever it is your starting line. Not your finish line, your starting line.
Step 2. Retirement trajectory check. Now that you know your net worth, the next question is whether you are on track. And to answer that, you need a target. Here is a simple way to find yours. Take your expected annual expenses in retirement and multiply by 25. That is your freedom number. The portfolio size that, at a 4% withdrawal rate, should sustain you indefinitely. Once you have that number, compare it to where you are today and how much you are currently contributing each year. If the gap feels large, take a breath. At this stage of life, you have tools most people do not. If you are 50 or older, the IRS allows you to make catch-up contributions, an extra $8,000 per year into your 401k on top of the standard $24,500 limit, and an extra $1,100 into your IRA. These limits exist specifically for people at this stage of the game. Use them.
Step 3. Debt architecture review. Not all debt is equal. And at this stage of life, the difference matters enormously. Here is the framework. Divide your debt into 2 categories: high-cost debt, credit cards, personal loans, anything above 7% interest, and structural debt, mortgage, low-interest car loans, anything below that threshold. High-cost debt at this stage of life is the single biggest drag on your ability to build retirement wealth. Every dollar going toward 20% credit card interest is a dollar that is not compounding in your portfolio. The priority is clear. Eliminate high-cost debt aggressively before anything else. Once that is gone, structural debt can be managed methodically while your investments continue to grow. This is not about being debt-free by retirement. It is about making sure the right debt is gone first.
Step 4. Insurance and protection gap audit. This is the step most people skip entirely, and it is one of the most expensive mistakes you can make at this stage of life. Ask yourself 3 questions. 1. Do I have enough life insurance, and does my current coverage still reflect my actual financial obligations? 2. Do I have disability insurance? Most people in this demographic are one serious illness or injury away from a complete financial disruption, and disability is far more likely before retirement than death. 3. Have I looked at long-term care options? The cost of long-term care in retirement is one of the largest unplanned expenses a household can face, and the time to plan for it is before you need it. You do not need to solve all 3 today. You just need to know where your gaps are. That is what this audit is for. Step 5. Estate and beneficiary review. Here is the most overlooked item on every midlife financial checklist. When did you last look at your beneficiary designations? Not your will, your beneficiary designations. The forms on file with your 401k, your IRA, your life insurance policy. These designations override your will entirely. If you got divorced, had another child, or lost someone since you last updated them, your assets could go somewhere you never intended. This happens more often than most people realize. Pull every account. Check every designation. Update anything that no longer reflects your actual wishes. Then do the same for your will and power of attorney. And here is the piece most people in 2026 are still missing entirely: your digital estate. Estate planning today is not just a house and a bank account. It is passwords, crypto wallet keys, digital photo libraries, and online investment accounts. Most people in this age group have significant digital assets and digital memories with absolutely no documented plan for what happens to them. A simple password manager document kept with your estate documents, shared with one trusted person, is the most modern and most ignored act of financial responsibility you can take right now.
Let me bring this together. You have your net worth, your real starting line. You have your retirement trajectory, your target, and the gap between you and it. You have your debt architecture. You know which debt to attack first. You have your protection gaps identified. No more unknowns in your coverage. And you have your estate in order, including the digital pieces most people leave behind in chaos. That feeling at the start of this video, that low-grade unease, that sense that something needed attention, that is gone now. Not because everything is fixed, but because everything is visible. And visible problems have solutions. You do not need to fix it all today. You just needed to see it clearly. That is what a middle-aged financial audit does. Save this video. You are going to want to come back to it. And if you know someone in this stage of life who has been putting this off, send it to them. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, which of these 5 steps have you actually completed? And which one have you been putting off the longest? My guess is step 5 is where most of you go quiet. Let me know if I'm right. I read every single comment, and your answer might shape the next video we make together. Subscribe for a new video every week. Real numbers, plain English, no panic. I will see you in the next one.